Go, now is the right time to talk. It's the second half of Easy Reading, brought to you by National Bookstore. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at NBS Alert for updates on events, promos, and contests.
Yes, and we have a special edition of our National Bookstore Hour. We are with best-selling, New York Times best-selling author, Leigh Bardugo.
Hello.
Yes, now we are on to the more personal questions. Like, for example, if they want to follow you on Instagram and on Twitter.
Yes, you scared me. That's my youngest was about to get. Yes, I'm L. Bardugo, not L. Bardugo, but L. Bardugo, just my initial, on Instagram and on Twitter and on Facebook and on Tumblr as well. So
Now,
easy to find.
Of course, you're here in the Philippines for a very good reason, right?
Yes,
What is it?
Meet readers and sign books. I'm going to be at the event center in SM City. I'm pronouncing this wrong. Cebu?
Yeah,
Cebu,
that's right.
that's
Cebu.
right.
On the lower ground floor. That's on June 20th at 2 p.m. And then the next day, on June 21st, I'll be at the National Bookstore, Glorietta 1, at 2 p.m. again. So I hope everybody will come out and see me and say hello.
And this is your first time in the Philippines?
Yes.
Or in Asia in
Yes.
particular?
I wish that I could stay longer and just travel all over. I wish I could spend a month or two here, but it is not to be.
It is not to be.
But-
not to be.
So, but
Quite yet.
I'm curious though, now that you know that you have actually a huge following here in the Philippines, did it surprise you
Yes.
that it reached all the way here in this part of the world?
The fact that there are places that I've never been, but that my book is on the shelf there, and then I get emails from the Philippines, from Turkey, from Sweden, from the Netherlands,
Yeah.
it's always a shock to me and so wonderful. But it's not something I ever imagined. You write a story and you don't. It's your story,
Yeah.
and then suddenly it becomes everybody else's, and it's a transformation that I never could have anticipated.
But I guess it also shows that how much that your stories, everybody can just resonate with your stories, and I think that's the beauty of it all.
I hope that's true. When I was in the UK, a kid came up to me. I say a kid, but I don't know how old he was. I can never tell. Like, I'm really bad at gauging that. You can be like, he's 5. I'd be like, oh, he looks like 17. I don't know.
Same thing.
But this kid came up to me and he had a line from Ruin and Rising tattooed on his arm. And it's a pretty intense line. It's, I'm not ruined, I am ruination. And we talked about books and how they help us escape and how they help us deal with depression and anxiety. And for me, growing up, that's what books were.
Yeah.
You know, you had your favorites on the shelf, and when you were in a particular mood, you knew which one to draw down to take you out of yourself.
Yeah.
And the idea of having created something that might be that for kids wherever they are in the world is like the most. It's like the biggest honor, and it like I get teary-eyed talking about it. Like, it's just the most extraordinary thing. So, yeah, and I have to say, the Philippines, like. You go online, you go anywhere, like, they're the most enthusiastic, excited, awesome fans. Like, they really dedicate themselves passionately to books, and particularly young adult. It's really cool to see.
And I like that because, you know, in the age where you have the iPads, you have all these other gadgets that you have to compete with, and suddenly it's still different when you get your own book, seriously.
Yeah.
It's different when you hold it. I personally love the smell of a book.
Absolutely. And I
Fresh
think there's
print.
I think there's this myth that you know, oh, kids don't read anymore. Kids don't. I mean, the kids I meet are the ones. It's adults who have the ebooks or whatever who are traveling. It's the kids who they want the hardcovers, or they want all their paperbacks to match, or they want them on their shelves. They want to carry them around with them. They want them signed, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see like books be treasured objects.
Exactly, and I agree. And the exciting part is it's happening real soon. Like we said, the 20th and the 21st.
Yeah.
They can have their books signed. So get your copies. If you don't have your copy yet, get your copies now, and you have to be there.
Yeah, and I'll probably be signing some stock too, so they can also get their books from National Bookstore and Power Books, and also on nationalbookstore.com.
That's awesome. All
That's
right.
right. That's happening this weekend already.
I know, so soon.
So don't forget to follow you guys. The hashtag on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram is Leigh Bardugo PH.
That's right. If you want any questions, speaking of questions, Kaz, do you have any questions in particular that you want answered?
Kaz.
This is your chance.
I'm here for you guys.
This is your chance.
Any advice to aspiring writers?
Oh, advice to aspiring writers. Finish that draft. Write the worst first draft you possibly can. Just get the beginning, middle, and end onto the page. Let it be full of questions and dead ends and mistakes. Use it to tell yourself the story. You can't outsmart that first draft. You get it down and then go back and make it good. Also, read outside of your comfort zone. Read poetry, read history, read nonfiction, read great literary authors, read it all.
Read it backwards.
Read it backwards, read it forwards. And also, like, not just to the young writers, but to everybody, you know, if you have a story to tell, there is no expiration date on your talent. I wrote my first book when I was 35. Like, if you have a story to tell, nobody cares what you look like or how old you are or any of that. They want to hear it.
I love it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, inspiring.
Don't cry, guys.
Cheering.
Thank you, Leigh. It's a pleasure having
Oh,
you.
thank
And
you
hopefully
guys
you
so
do come
much.
back on, I guess, you know, more time to spend,
Yes.
more time to explore.
I can't wait. Thank you guys very much for having me. It was nice to meet you, Kat.
Nice to meet you too.
So there you have it, Leigh Bardugo here inside the Mellow Studios. And don't forget, it's on June 20th in Cebu.
In Cebu, and on June 21st at Glorietta 1.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Makati. So
That's
there you
right.
have it.
That's happening this week. And don't forget to follow the hashtag if you need to find out more announcements.
That's right. So there you go. That is easy reading for today. It's brought to you by National Bookstore. Follow National Bookstore on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at NBS Alert for updates on events, promos, and contests.
Wonderful.